Hello everybody, welcome to a demo video about Hotwax Commerce order management system. Video is going to be a little bit more geared towards the upcoming this upcoming holiday season in 2025, but also applicable to any time you're going to have peak sales or anything like that where foot traffic's going to be heavy. You're going to have a lot of orders coming in and you want to make sure you're dealing with the biggest question, which is how are you going to manage workload at the stores when you're doing omni-channel fulfillment. Now, there's no one simple answer for all of this, but one of the a good place to start, usually what I see a lot of retailers do is wind down fulfillment or ship from store. Now, turning off ship from store altogether puts you at a vulnerable spot because it means if you don't have something at your warehouse, it's gone. And if you've accidentally oversold online or something happens, it's a bad customer experience. At the same time, I understand why you would want to turn ship from store off because you want to make sure in-store experience, especially with so many people walking in, does not get hindered by stores having to ship out 10, 15, 20 orders a day. So what this video is here to show you is how you can hopefully easily go into your system, go into the order management system and the order routing app, and make your routing work such that you're only selling inventory from your warehouse online and brokering to the warehouse. But in case you've run out of inventory at the warehouse, at any of your warehouses, you can then go and check your stores just for those orders that are not available at the warehouse. Now, this is a good combination, I feel like, because it allows you to keep your stores mostly work free from online. You're not selling your store inventory online, but should you need extra help to fulfill your online orders, your stores are there and you don't have to manually do that assignment. The system can take care of that for you. So here's how you kind of set something like that up. The first thing you want to do is go over to your facilities and make sure none of your retail locations are selling online. You can see right here I've already done this. How to do it is basically just click on this and make sure they're turned off for online and across any of the channels you need to, and your warehouse is online. The second step, which is a little bit optional, is you can decide how many orders, the max amount of orders a store can fulfill in one day. You shouldn't expect to have too many orders brokered here anyway because you're not selling store inventory, so you're not expecting to use it. But you can still limit it, so you could say, all right, you want to have a custom capacity on the stores, maybe no more than, let's say 5 orders a day. That's pretty healthy. And so you could set that based on what kind of store format some location is and how much capacity they're going to have. Now, if a store is not going to be able to work at all, like let's say a store in Times Square is probably not going to be a good fit for a holiday ship from store, we can go ahead and just set that to no capacity. What that means is the brokering engine will never broker an order to that store no matter what. Now, once you've done that, what you have now configured is you're selling inventory from your warehouse and we'll see how it's going to broker here first, but then if it can't, we'll see how it gets to that. The next thing to do is create facility groups to make sure you're prioritizing the right stores first. Now, there's a couple of reasons why you would want to do this is, let's say you have some stores, the obvious ones you can just turn off the capacity for. So for example, stuff that's like downtown, you probably want to turn that off because that's where the foot traffic's going to be. But you would still want to rank your stores, and so you could have buckets of stores. You would call them you would have something, for example, I have right here like a low traffic facility group, and this just has locations that are low foot traffic. So including my warehouse, I'm going to throw in some of these right here. Maybe I want to throw in this one as well. This comprises everything that's low foot traffic. Now, going into my order routing, how does this look in order routing? In my routing that's going to be scheduled for the holiday season, I'll go into this demo routing I've set up right here, and what you'll want to do is make sure you have warehouse routing at your top priority. So this is just a facility group that has warehouses in it. So if I have more than one warehouse, this will try your warehouses and broker to them first. It's going to sort them by proximity. So if you have multiple East-West Coast warehouses, if an order comes from an East Coast location, it'll broker to the East Coast warehouse. Usually I would say best practice is to try and ship everything together. So I allow split turned off, allow partial allocations turned off. And unavailable items will move on to the next rule. The next rule being retail. So basically, anything that could not be fulfilled at the warehouse now gets tried at retail. I have a couple of other things added right here as well. These are optional. These depend on how you want to handle your orders. But basically, now low foot traffic stores will be tried if they're within 200 miles of the order. I still don't think you should turn on partial allocation. I think that should be like a last case scenario. Well, we haven't set that up here, but you could do that. There's a couple of extra things here that are happening, which are kind of fun. There's broken style, which is a sorting algorithm that makes sure you're looking at locations that have less of the total family of a product. And then if this still doesn't work, I think for now what we're going to do is move these orders to an unfillable parking. And that's it. Let's hit save on that. And now what you've done is pretty easily just set up a routing system that will attempt warehouses, and only if something's not available at a warehouse, it'll go to a store. And your online inventory is going to be just your warehouses. So you're not going to oversell because your store inventory is online. But should you've accidentally, something's not available at the warehouse, you can then fall back to stores automatically without having a CS person be full-time involved in just looking at what's unfillable and then manually selecting a store. The system can then take care of that for you. So yeah, that's just a very quick walkthrough of how that routing can be set up. Hopefully you found that helpful for this holiday season, and reach out if you have any more questions.